Breach Radio program with me, Bishop Iwer Thomas.
The scripture says, "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in."
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach Radio program with Bishop Iwer Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959 to 814723 or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world, the Street 919fm.com. News from the Street 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 4 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube on Iwer TV. In the headlines, the UNC warns the nation not to expect a people-friendly upcoming budget. Scrap iron dealers to take their plea to the World Trade Organization. TNT economy declines again despite the finance minister's optimism, and internationally Scotland says the high cost of living is a humanitarian emergency. And now the news in detail. The opposition is warning the nation, especially those families in the middle and low income brackets, not to expect any relief from the government in the 2022-2023 budget. The party says the finance minister presentation last Friday at the Spotlight on the Economy Forum was nothing short of PR and gimmickry by the government. The UNC says claims of Trinidad and Tobago's improving economy will not be reflected in the upcoming budget to be read in Parliament on September 26th. The UNC accuses the finance minister of glossing over the true state of the economy and also accuses the government of not having a plan. The opposition also expects the government not to provide any incentives that would ease the burden of ever-increasing food and gas prices, especially in the new fiscal year. President of the Scrap Iron Dealers Association, Alan Ferguson, has written to the Switzerland-based World Trade Organization seeking its intervention in getting government to end the 6-month ban on scrap metal exports. Ferguson sent the letter to the organization's Director General, a release from the association said on Monday evening. In the letter, Ferguson said he was appealing for help from the World Trade Organization, given that Trinidad and Tobago has been a member of the organization since 1995, and hence government must adhere to the WTO's guidelines and policies. The ban on scrap iron took effect from August 12th and will run until February 23rd. It was enforced as a means of clamping down on the export of scrap metals, demand for which has fueled an upsurge in crimes, including stealing items such as manhole covers, copper cable from TSTT, metal pipe fittings belonging to WASA, and even a church bell. The Central Statistical Office has revealed that TNT's economy recorded a massive fall for the first 3 months of 2022 when compared to the last quarter of 2021. This news comes 2 days after a very optimistic Finance Minister, Colm Imbert, painted a picture of an economy on the mend. The Central Bank report stated that Trinidad and Tobago's economy declined by 4% in first quarter 2022 when compared with fourth quarter 2021. This, the report explained, was due to contractions in both the energy and non-energy sectors of 1.3% and 5.2% respectively. Internationally, Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon has announced a rent freeze for public and private rented properties as part of efforts to help people struggling with rising bills. She said the cost of living crisis was a humanitarian emergency which could cost lives. Her government is to table emergency legislation banning evictions during winter and freezing rents until spring. There are also plans to freeze rail fares and to boost the Scottish child payment to £25 per week from November. Ms Sturgeon has also written to the new British Prime Minister Liz Truss, asking her to convene a four-nation meeting of political leaders to focus on helping households. And that was the 4 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online, Facebook and YouTube on Iwer TV. Recapping the headlines, the UNC warns the nation not to expect a people-friendly upcoming budget. Scrap iron dealers to take their plea to the World Trade Organization. TNT economy declines again despite the finance minister's optimism, and internationally Scotland says the high cost of living is a humanitarian emergency. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas. Miss Aisha Wells, the Queen of Talk. She's up next.
News from the street. 919fm.com.
We are the street. The street. The street. 919 FM. The only radio station bringing perfect balance between entertainment and talk. Updating you with current affairs and social issues.
So what, we should just sit down and take the foolishness that's being meted out because of all you feel that all you're real bad?
Right? Unlike his situation that I don't even want to go back and bring up and highlight.
You don't have a good record where that is concerned?
Having you in the loop with trends and entertainment. Providing music that lives on. And spiritual food for the body, mind, and soul. The street, 919 FM.
Watch them all hope and pray, say you're not gonna make it. But man, make it and them see it and can't take it. Make them so evil. Said I know. But mine I go kill them slowly. But mine I go kill them only. Take them away from good people. Broke them heart and left them lonely. But mine I go kill them slowly. Stress them out and leave them lonely. Take them away from good people. Stay away from good people. The Bible says man can live by bread alone. So I will never fight my brother on. Mr. Shame on you. It's a shame on you. You don't really want to see nobody come on to nothing. It's a shame on you. Watch this. You see the devil in them when them smile. Them mother beat them too much as a child. Them don't grow up with good providence or parental guidance, so them have dirty ways as a style. But them can't style me, and them can't style me. Man solid as a rock, them boy they are rats, them can't spoil me. But mine I go kill them slowly, broke them heart and leave them lonely. Take them away from good people, and them never want the world know me. But mine I go kill them slowly. Broke them heart and leave them lonely. Take them away from good people. Take them away from good people. Me tell me mama said me I go buy a lass. gunman. So me say music and me never want it on one. Me iconic and I not me I come from. And that's why me I kill them slowly. Broke them hearts and left them lonely. Take them away from good people. And them never want the world know me. But bad mind I go kill them slowly. Broke them hearts and leave them lonely. Take them away from good people. Take them away from good people. Just know me more are you than on. And I already know the things you do. You do. And that's why me I kill them slowly. Kill them slowly.
You are locked onto the street. Locked onto the street.
You already know what it is.
919 FM.
Yeah.
See you through.
seated in Mount Zion. It rules all creation. Yeah, we're jamming. Up to our war, we're jamming. See, I wanna jam it with you. We're jamming. Jam them up, you're jamming too. Jano's a matter of pride. The truth again is high. To keep you satisfied. True love I now exists is the law I can't resist. So jam by my side. We're jamming. I wanna jam it with you. We're jamming, 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 we're jamming. Hope you like jamming too. We're jamming, we're jamming, we're jamming, we're jamming. I wanna jam with you now. Africa unite.
The Street 919 FM.
Not Babylon. And we're going to our Father's land. Yeah. How good and how pleasant it would be before God and man, yeah, to see the unification of all Africans, yeah. Has it been said already? Let it be done, yeah. We are the children of the Rasta man.
the street. Locked on to the street.
You already know what it is.
919 FM.
Yeah.
Is your heart saying what your body's dishing up?
exclusive. Dance on, baby, let your body speak to me. Say it with your lips for me exclusively, baby. Baby. I watched you from across the room with eyes as bright as golden moon. Then further when the music played, so gracefully your body swayed. I'd like to think that you're alone. Maybe I could escort you home. I see your glances more and more. Each time I look, our eyes make more. Is this a sign? Oh, is this a sign? Is this a sign that you're giving me? Is your heart saying what your body's telling me? Is this a sign that you're giving up? Is your heart saying what your body's dishing up? Is this a sign? Is this a sign? I'm not blind. I'm picking up.
You are locked onto the street.
Baby girl. Channel, you're my girl.
From the very first time I bless my eyes on you, girl. My heart says follow through. But I know now that I'm way down on your line.
She looks so fine,
but the way things feeling fine.
She one of a kind.
So don't treat me like a puppet on a string.
Don't pull me,
cause I know I can do my thing. Don't talk to me if you think I'm dumb. I wanna know when you're gonna come.
All I know, she have to come with me. Wanna take her down to Paris, take her down to Rome, take her to the beach and from there to my home. Candlelight dinner for only two alone. No disturbance, no calling on the phone. No more out there, I man will roam. She give me sweet loving, that's I never leave home.
How's it summer here, and I'm still waiting here.
Keep on waiting.
Winter is here, I'm still waiting here.
You are beautiful, you are wonderful. You make me jump out of me turning a hood. Rail up and down like a bad bull. Little after that me have to draw for me dull. Baby girl, I love you so much. Let we sit and talk about such and such. Keep away talking left key and Dutch. Cause right I know girl I got the tender
like
touch.
I said, it's been 3 years since I'm knocking on the door.
Why you waiting too long?
And I still can knock some more.
Keep on knocking.
Ooh girl, is it feasible? I wanna know now. For I to knock some more.
Keep on
you
knocking.
See, in life I know there's a lot of grief.
Boy, couple it seems like this girl want to give you a
but
postmaster.
your love is my relief.
Lord of mercy, I'm going to take her down to Paris, take her down to Rome, take her to the beach and from there to my home. Candlelight dinner for only two alone. No disturbance, no calling on the phone. I want to take her on a trip, down on the North Coast. Give her for me loving, me say dose by dose. Baby,
you are locked onto the street. Locked onto the street.
You already know what it is.
919 FM.
Yeah. Blink come the thing them call a broken heart. This blessed love will never part. They don't know it from the start. Me tell them say I'm dirty, yeah. A Sean Paul and Sasha, come sing for them, baby.
What is it about you, baby?
I don't say dirty love.
I'm still in love with you, boy.
Well, I'm a hustler and a player, and you know I'm not a stayer. That's dirty love.
I'm still in love with you, boy.
So girl, they try to understand that a man is just a man. That's the dirty love.
I'm still in love with you, boy.
It's the loving from the start, but you know it at the part. That's the way I give my love.
I'm still in love. Yes, I'm still in love with
What a man gotta do, what a man gotta do. Girl, but I never had for promise and no bling bling for all the girls. control a girl. And I make your head swirl, and I make your body twirl, and I make you wanna be my one and only baby girl. Night after night, make you feel up to keep you warm. Girl, you never get this kind of loving from your bond. I know you want your cat, let me just can't perform.
I love you, baby.
Until you get the little loving on my God.
You don't know how to let me.
I know no time for no kissing and chow.
Not even how to kiss me.
I do my take a little advice, star.
I don't know why.
Baby girl, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl.
I love you, baby.
I dirty love.
I'm still in love with you.
Well, I'm a hustler and a player, and you know I'm not a stayer. That's a dirty love.
I'm still in love with you.
So girl, can't you understand that a man is just a man? That's a dirty love.
I'm still in love with you.
The blessed loving from the start, but you know we're at the part. That's the way I give my love.
I'm still in love. Yes, I'm still in love.
What a man gotta do, what a man gotta do, girl. Hey, I do me give back dog love and survive, bye. But turn around, she ask a question, why? When me leave in the city, girl, I cry. And it hurts my heart to tell a lie. So don't cry no more, baby girl, for sure. Just remember the good times we had before.
I love you, baby.
I know you get the little loving and me gone.
Don't know how to let me.
I no time for no kiss up, no
Not
charm.
even how to kiss me.
I do me take your little advice,
I don't know why.
baby girl.
I love you, baby.
I love the dirty love.
I'm still in love with you, boy.
But I'm a hustler and a player, and you know I'm not a stayer. That's the dirty love.
I'm still in love with you, boy.
So girl, you don't understand that a man is just a man. That's the way I give my love.
You say you're hurting, oh, cause they say I'm flirting, oh, no. You just can't take it anymore. Your friends say I'm no good for you, but in my heart I'm so true. A partner for life, we can be sure. You asked me for some time to clear your mind. Anything to me. I stayed away, it hurt so much without your touch. Now I'm back, now you say just a little bit longer, baby. Oh, my love keeps growing stronger. A little more time to say, but in my head a love song plays. You and me. We're played in the rain together. That feeling lives on forever. Memories that bring tears of joy. We've had our share of bad times too, hurting each other, me and you. Brought us much closer in the end. There's just too much we both want for to put it all down the drain. I stayed away just for a while, but now you're driving me insane. Just a little bit longer, baby, for my love keeps growing stronger. A little more time to say, but in my head a love song plays. Just a little bit longer, baby, for my love keeps growing stronger.
I am in the building. You know, nothing good comes easy, right? So you had to get up and look for it. And today was one such day. So let me say a very special good afternoon to those of you looking for me right now on YouTube. Esther Waldron, what going on with you, Esther? Esther say if she not coming, they could say something. Esther, I am here. Esther, I in the building, girl. Easy yourself, Sean. Easy yourself. I'm in the building, Anne-Marie Arthur. Me like, oh, this going bad when all you don't see me yet. If all you see some of these comments on YouTube from people looking for me today, you go swear I owing them money, you know. Let me say good afternoon to some of the people looking for me right now on Facebook. Facebookers, good afternoon to you guys. I see they're now organizing to put Facebook up. But I'm on the inside, yeah. So let me change the music one time before they flag me, yeah. You know, they doesn't wait. So let me say good afternoon to each and every one of you. Those of you locking me down in your home, your office, your car, wherever you're listening to my voice, I say thank you so much for choosing me. My name is Aisha Wells. And I'm in your building today until 7. We're going to 7. Today's Tuesday, and they just be playing all kind of thing in this show. I just know sometimes what time I'm going home. But I'm here. Most important thing is I'm in the building. Big up all your whole self. So we have plenty to discuss today. Where to start, Olia? Where to start? Where to begin? So I've listened to the conversations today in the public space about the teachers' no-show for school yesterday. And statistics started to come out as to who showed up where and who did not show up where. And the fact remains that at the Mahasaba schools, teachers came out in their numbers. In fact, 90% of the teachers at the Sanatan Dharma Mahasaba school showed up for classes. While some of the teachers at that school also belong to tutor. So the question all across social media today was why teachers at the Mahasaba saw it fit to go out to school while teachers at the government institutions did not see the need. Well, I hinted at it yesterday. Maybe I need to reiterate the point today. That the only reason why persons do what they do in government institutions, and this is just not for teachers, this is all across the board. It is because it is a government institution. And the Trinbagonians in particular is of the opinion that once it is government, they can do as they please. There is no credibility, no accountability. Everybody just do what they want. So you would find, see if I could check this down for me, Lord. I think I get it now. So you would find that teachers at the Mahasaba, who is a religious-based organization, whose life work is centered around the upward mobility of their people through religion and academics, will find it extremely difficult to not show up for school because it is embedded in their culture. Walk with me here. But teachers at government institutions who do not share the same mindset, whose views and opinions may differ from that of the government-run institution, They may be of different religious backgrounds, maybe of different political backgrounds. Some may go out to teach, some may go out to hustle. You never know. It is easier for them to heed such a call. And all I have to say is parents need a day to rest and reflect. Because we're clearly seeing that this is just not an attack on the government for wage negotiations, but this is an attack on our children's education and our children's future. And after resting and reflecting yesterday, you show up for work today, 101 all year. And are you going with the same mindset you had yesterday? What made you stay away from school? No, we have to ask ourselves these questions. Do you have the very same mindset yesterday that caused you not to show up today? And if you show up today, are you going to give 100% of your time towards the children's education and academic upliftment? These are questions parents must rest and reflect about. And if some of you could get all your children in denominational schools for me, please, please and thanks. Because the government institutions appears to be wishy-washy where accountability is concerned. Them doing what they want to. And if you can't get your children in denominational schools, then homeschool your children and hire a private tutor. And if you can't afford that, then just be prepared for anything. Because if the government decides to stick at 4%, guess whose children may be out of school again very soon? Based on tutors' logic. They start bad already. They start bad. So this is where we're starting today. Like I say, we're skipping through topics because we have plenty topics to skip through today. Let me start here and keep it rolling. Mahasaba, 90% of teachers show up. Government, 90% of teachers did not show up. Your thoughts on the issue? Let's go. Callers, the lines are open. 3420081.
People don't know the race.
771-1791 4665-391. Paul Saran, behave yourself on my live, please. You're not rich. Paul, behave yourself on my live.
Don't care about race. Sufferers don't care who migrate from where.
Let's see who's on the outside. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Gemma, I got caught up today, girlfriend. Don't worry, you'll see me tomorrow.
All right. Okay. Aisha, I watched that Dudley lady last night on the TV. And she laughing. Big smile on her face, you know. And say victory. But I want you to know that God say, suffer let the children to come on the sea and forbid not, for such is the kingdom of heaven. I want you to know that. You don't do this wickedness to children. You don't do that. I want you to know that, I want you to know not what I say, what God say. Only boss that have in the world is God, the Heavenly Father, His Son, and the Holy Spirit. I want you to know that, okay? Have a blessed day, my darling. Okay.
Thank you so much, Gemma. Big up your whole self. David Clark, good afternoon. David say, Aisha, when we do see you on our afternoon, we get jumpy. I know the feeling too, They gunning for this show, David. The amount of letters Tat does write me, I and somebody in Tat had to be having a love affair. Them does write me more than they must. They does write circulars to people in different departments at Tat. Every Monday morning, Tat does be looking for me. So I understand the concern and the jumpiness when 4 o'clock reach and all. You ain't see me touch the mic. I understand. I too just one day if I come into work today or they'll call me and tell me they'll come back. Call, are you live?
Good afternoon, Aisha.
How you doing, darling?
Not bad. Fine, thank you. Aisha, this is not the views of the radio station. This is my view. The president of the Teachers Association, her petticoat showing. You hearing me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Yeah. Her petticoat is showing from since when the Minister of Education wanted them to come out to do the exams. She objected to everything like if she's a parliamentarian. Everything she objects to. She's a waste of time, and I think that they need to get rid of her. Yeah, because she don't care about the people's children. She don't care about them at all. Yeah, and that's so sad. When she was going to school, I'm sure the teachers never did that to her. Because she went to school in the time of maybe after Eric Williams. And she was taught by real teachers. And I don't think they taught her to do what she did to these children here now. Have a blessed afternoon.
Thank you so much. But as I say to all you, time for all you to stop begging and get up and take action. I know it's easier said than done, but one cocoa does full basket according to the Tobagonians. Organize all yourself and demand better. Teachers are only getting paid because they teach. If every day the parents decide to rest and reflect for a day or two and the teachers go out to school with nobody to teach, then maybe they will understand the problem. They would understand how we feel as parents. Caller, you live.
Hello, good afternoon, Aisha. How are you doing?
How you do? I'm good, thanks.
Oh, good. Thanks also. I'm also all right. Yeah, Aisha, well, I spoke on the issue on a couple of programs ad nauseum because what happened is, let me explain the high side of it for you. If I had to be a lawyer, a criminal lawyer, where I'm making real money, I must have criminals to support my fraternity. So if I'm politically inclined, everything that I do and say is for you to stay in the criminal zone. Everything. Everything that I do, I will trick you and tell you, Dr. Rowley, gain you nothing. I go give you. I just give when I come in the office. I just take the money and I just give you. You go get a big contract. Wait, hold on. Vote for me and and that is what I need to do. And that is what our tutor lady doing. She don't understand that. I remember a long time being in primary school. Remember when the teachers used to wear the little red tape when they work to rule, when they don't work to rule, and they used to come in the school and teach. And when we asked them what the red ribbon for, they tell us what the red ribbon is for. But they used to be in the school teaching. I don't know if you could remember that, Aisha. That memory came to me as I log on to your program here, if you understand what I'm trying to say. And we have to understand that what the people, now we have to admire the Mahasabha, the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. We have to admire them. Although politically they would support Kamala and the UNC, we have to admire how they show in consideration for the children. We have to give credit where credit is due. You know, tell me, 90% of Mahasabha teachers came out and 90% of the government, what I'm telling you, Dred. And she talking about victory, that is not no victory. That is a failure, woman. You fail the nation, Trent. You could have do that solidarity thing one day before school open back and call a press conference and speak your grievances and let the school run like, you know. So it's kicks all again. And again, kicks with the little lapses that it will have in the school system and what it will produce due to these lapses. And because plenty of the poor people children on the edge of having to leave school to go and work and get money because things hard-headed, they're on the edge. And that will you offer to this nation after independence with Republic Day coming here now. Right, Aisha, I'll call back later. I don't want to take up your program, but I'm disgusted. And I find it's high time that people stop looking for this elusive leader because we have a set of sellout and house persons of a darker hue right through in control, and we need to bond together, just like how you spoke about it, Aisha. Look where they come and do. All the rich and the poor come together, and they hardly have to buy the books, the expensive textbooks. Come on, Olele, wake up and start to tell people what you don't need no new edition textbook. They can only bring it every 7 years or something, you understand? We need to do something and be intelligent about what we're doing and stop following these blight narratives that we just get that as always keep us in a regressive state. I'll call back later, Aisha, about it.
Thank you so much. Caller, you live.
Hey, comrade.
Hey, how you doing, comrade?
Yeah, good day. I agree with that caller. What that tutor president did to those students was very unjustified. After such a long break the three of them had and the COVID, that it was rough of education, and then after see your first day back, the teachers didn't turn out, they asked to rest and reflect. But come on, you know what she upset with? She husband from Grandy, the Freitas, and he put up his name to be a representative of PNM, and he was declined. He was declined. When they see names, he wasn't selected. Because I saw the names on the papers, and I asked about the Freitas. He said that is her husband, but he was declined, and I think she's fighting a grudge. And also, comrade, I read an article with the oil companies, no, the law firm, claiming that PNM had the highest budget than UNC when there was power $1 billion, right? But you know why? You know why this budget is so high in legal fees? The UNC has taken everything to court to fight the PNM government, and they have to defend with the people. They say that PNM them win election fairly.
Caller, we getting ready to go for a break. The countdown is on. Remember to like the video and share the lives. It makes absolutely no sense. We have 400 people on Facebook and 305 on YouTube, and nobody don't know we here because nobody sharing the live. Don't do me that. And when we come back, we take a look at the ex-tutor officer from Tobago. He says tutor has lost its way. Story by Kanisha George 15 hours ago. THA Assistant Secretary in the Division of Education, Research and Technology, Orlando Orr, believes that the Unified Teachers Association has lost its way. Kerr, a former tutor Tobago officer, was speaking at the Tobago Updates morning show on Monday as the island's teachers responded to the call by the union to stay home and rest and reflect on the first day of school. Tutor was offered a 4% increase in salaries across the board, similar to the public services employees. On last Friday, Tutor General Counsel rejected the offer in a letter to the CPU. While he doesn't support the call, Kerr said the association has to do what the association has to do, whereas the division and the ministry also have to do what they have to do. He said from his new role, he is hopeful that teachers will turn out to school. I have taken that position. There is a greater responsibility now where we have to ensure that our students are supervised and our students are getting what they went to school for. But I understand why the association is doing what they're doing, and I'm saying that I'm not against the association for taking their position, but as Assistant Secretary of Education, my position would be that I would like teachers to be at school today to have our students, those who are nervous and so on, coming out for the first time, for teachers to be there to greet them and to have them orientated and so on into schools. He believes that the current tutor lacks direction it once had. Not my words, his words. We go for a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Don't say so much different race of people line up waiting on the dock, or pay a visit to the 8th ward, where they and find no cure as yet. People don't know the race, yes they can't remember the color. All they know is that they're facing death. Now tell them races sufferers don't care about color. Sufferers don't care about race. Sufferers don't care.
Views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio. Get in touch with God.
Turn your radio on.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., to the Children's Hour Worship Ministry of the Word and the Family Forum every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., The Law and You, and every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All Night Prayer Live, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
Shalom. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana will be on the street 91.9 FM every Monday from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. bringing you the truth according to the Bible. The ISUPK is a non-profit faith-based community organization that will respond to the plagues that's affecting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. We also have programs such as education, both adult and youth, food distribution, rehabilitation, both drug and alcohol, mentoring, counseling, and spiritual support. Remember, tune in every Monday on 91.9 FM, 7:05 p.m. Shalom.
In Trinidad and Tobago, there are so many things to talk about. Social issues, injustice, child abuse, domestic violence, political scandals, and much more. On HOTP, we will cover all that and much more. Don't forget, you can catch us every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Facebook and Instagram. Hot off the press. Hot topics, no filter.
Reggae Rock Sundays featuring MC Duke and Selector Kutchi present Reggae and Rockers. On board the Embassy Yacht on September 24th, Republic Night. Boarding 10 p.m. and sailing at 11 p.m. at the Hyatt Waterfront in Port of Spain. Get your reggae groove on. With top DJs, Selector Kutchi, Bruce Wayne, TC, and Heavy Duty. Early bird tickets cost $150. After that, you pay more, $175. For tickets, call Selector Kutchi at 777-7909 and MC Duke at 349-4121. Reggae and Rockers Republic Night. No oversized schoolers allowed. Don't miss it.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle Tuesday morning from 11:05 to 12 noon. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy. Wow. Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Tune into the street 91.9 FM
every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showin R. Thomas.
The scripture says, "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in."
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Showin R. Thomas on the street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, The Health Store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Mohammed. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow, or visit our website at www.opulence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp at 309-4697 or 620-9379.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Good, that boat like looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat I look like it was wet.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yeah, who from country? Sufferers don't care who from town. Sufferers only one.
All right, good-looking people, we are back. Thank you so much for staying with us. So much to discuss. I'm going to get your voice notes in very quickly before we move on. Let's go.
Good afternoon, Aisha. Tobago in the house here. This union president, she don't know she head from she foot. And Aisha, glad that you're bringing up with the ex-tutor president for Tobago. He only singing for his supper because PDP offer him the position that he's in THA, that he could come out and say that tutor has lost its way. He didn't know that all the time when he was tutor president. Those study them in Aisha is just like the two others who the secretary for education. She was a teacher. She was my daughter's teacher in Scarborough set. And another assistant, I think she's assistant secretary for culture. She was a teacher for Anglican. So I could tell you, because when I was bringing my mass and I used to go, it's she who used to get that the children and them to play in my band. So I shall do study them Tobago and see them for what they are. They see them for what they are, a waste of time. You all had 6 years at all you want to get in there. All the figure running this thing was easy. But we are hearing what Sunjuk is went to Nottingham Carnival. What he's doing out there. But you're not hearing the people and them in Roxborough saying a word. They're not saying a word. Oops, the zipline catch the tongue. All the time they was balling zipline. The zipline catch the tongue, Aisha. There's a waste of time. I thank God my children and them done school. Because here now, heads will have been rolling on. It's time we parents and them come out and protest against these unions because they are playing politics with the children's future. And I shall have to say congratulations to all those children and them who got their results from CSEC last night. Congratulations from them. And those who wasn't successful, all try again, sign up for exam January coming up day. All you will be fruitful. I shall look down and listen to that.
Thank you, Mr. Bago. All you leave Duke alone, eh? If I had the opportunity to be paid and fly, I will fly and take my pay. Watson Duke is right. Fly, boy, fly. I not even mad at the Dukester. Any chance you get to jump on a plane, Duke, you jump. Don't study nobody. What you studying people for? You have how many? 4 years again to go? Fly, be an ambassador. You do what you want to do. You just go. Because the people want to change. So me ain't even mad at Duke. Duke, you live your life. Live your best life. There we go. Call her your life.
How are you?
What's going on, Anderson Wilson?
Well, I want to take it into my back here. Okay,
Wait, 1 minute. That your wife again or they make back?
I shall we never done and she that why you see I both of us have talk together. As I was telling my friends earlier on, I never like that dance in school, you know. And it seems like all your friends is done.
How my friends is done?
No, his friends, my son. I'm not speaking to my son. As like sometimes five voices align together and I alignment with any bunch. Gotta be a prefect. I alignment only prefect. So I was prefect in his class. So I shall.
Yes,
it wasn't near nobody laid back. Right? We always together, but you see when you have whatever such small values, and you take time for just to go and finish 3 subjects additional. So it's taken among of the 11, 12 subjects she have, and 3 subjects she did well. So now we have time to celebrate and stuff last night. But don't be a woman who just begging the question, pulling that ties up in the waist, and begging for a cigarette by the corner. Any job she wants, she applied for 3 jobs the other day, and I had to choose one for the 3. If she were given to her. So now she can apply to be a doctor now. She can apply to be anything she wants to be now. And that's the kind of life I needed in my life.
Well, I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you.
Right? And she said, Coast Guard, police, anyway, pilot, anything she want to be, doctor, anything she can be now. Because I let her take time, and I must compliment the mom. What paid for the classes and what done when I have. And also the mom also gave her extra lessons too. Because the mother is
So
big time
basically,
manager.
you call us to tell us about your very happy marriage and your mother-in-law and all of that. That's what you using radio time for.
I'm very happy right now because she's subject to them and she
Well, I'm happy for you and your wife and all the subjects that she gets and all of that. You're talking about poor people issues, Anderson. Poor people issues.
What's the joke is not the opposition leader, is not the prime minister. I will never Andy Williams' sister called it herself, but she studied in Juke too. Andy Williams only studied Watson Duke. So much of
why is it Watson Duke is all over the globe, but in Roxborough? That is the question people are asking, you know, Anderson.
Why people never me airport, because she worked at the airport as a me.
Right.
Say, baby, look what this Duke man jumped up like Michael Jackson. I don't know if I was going up coming. But the man just every minute
so basically, Watson Duke is a Tobago mascot now. That's what we're dealing with, a mascot.
Well, Aisha, Watson Duke is young and well, as you say, I don't think he'll fly until the 4 years finish.
Let the man fly. I don't have a problem with Watson flying. Watson can go every Monday morning.
People want to blame the teachers. Now, I'm not against people that protest all kind of things and sometimes they're glad and they're them feet to protest. I felt for the children though. And the children which had suffered yesterday the most was PNM children. Because them Indian and I'm going to mostly Indian schools. And as you said it earlier on just now, with the PNM children going, success in tongue and in Port of Spain. All them private schools and them in Port of Spain were open. Their children went to school. So we feel at this administration, but they could have been Kamala, them, the Indian, them. I don't want to use the next word some others use. But let's say you buy the doubles. Right? How we feel yesterday. Knowing whether Kamala, them was supplying teachers, whether Rowley, them supplying teachers. In fact, I don't know the teachers too. I know that it's for children. If they take a day, they take a day. You must give and take. Everybody else hate the teachers. Right? You know, you know, in Kamala time, so I like the teachers. So it's only protest below the Indian and them, not below the African. I mean, my heart goes out to everyone. It goes out to the children, as much as it goes out to the teachers too as well. But thinking of that teacher like parents. And those teachers who came out yesterday, I want to applaud them. Those who finally look for more money, is that what they vote for?
I want to hear, Anderson, I want to hear your opinion with Alexander in charge of the Port of Spain division. Do you think we would see a reduction in crime?
Who Alexander?
Sergeant Alexander.
Who was it?
Yeah, right now he's the head of Port of Spain as of yesterday. I'm going to talk about that just now.
He was the head of them same.
He was the head of sorts at one time.
He was the head of those same head officers who were charged with murder lately, you know.
Well, he's back and he's headed to Port of Spain right now.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you hear once the police care about the justice in the right way, I don't see anyone on his head. Sometimes it looks like he have to touch. I think there's a big chance for flower. But nobody fear him. I mean, the only person we put the police officers, not really get officers, but being here at Port of Spain or the other anywhere, I don't think it's such good example of the officer in an altercation with she and Allen. Well, maybe and Allen have been up 1 minute of fighting who by bed to who. I mean, that is not no good role model for any division whatsoever. At one time, when you're in conflict with a homosexual, allegedly, and I don't know it's a homosexual.
I don't want to say that information.
But and also, 1 minute he was a T, 2 was a 2. I don't think that.
No, but none of them was with me, so I can't prove that.
No, but yeah, relationship here with Alexander with Annie and Allen.
I don't know about that, partner.
No, I never said they were together, not a relationship in that way.
Okay.
But they in court, out of court. I mean, the police was in so much ups and downs. I know too much about him. I don't want to know too much about him. But
he's headed to Port of Spain, Anderson, so stay out of the way. Thank you so much. Let we switch gears one time. Right? Thank you, Anderson. God bless you. So we're talking about... Now we'll come back to Alexander in the last hour on Port of Spain. Alexander say he will have a one-on-one with the criminals, with the gangs. He's going to have a meet and greet and tell them what are the do's and the don'ts and see how best they could bring down crime in Port of Spain. I wish Alexander all the best. We'll come back to that in the last hour. But according to the Newsday, and let me pull this up here for you guys. The Newsday by Sean Douglas, dated Saturday, the 3rd of September, 2022. Headline, Imbert, economy is making a strong recovery, but caution is still needed. And there's a graph of the revenue and expenditure for 2014 to 2022. And these are the figures here. According to the article, Finance Minister Com Imbert said the economy of Trinidad and Tobago was now enjoying a strong recovery. Although he urged caution as future developments in global events could affect local revenues, addressing the spotlight on the economy at the Hyatt Regency Port of Spain on Friday. He said TNT had survived the economic fallout of the pandemic, during which in April 2020, the WTI oil price fell to zero. The Ukraine war started in February 2022, and global economic shock caused an action by the U.S. Federal Reserve in June 2022, hurting emerging markets by an 18% outflow. However, Imbert jubilantly eyed current global energy prices, namely US 101 Brent oil, US 97 WTI, and US 9.2 MMBTU natural gas prices at the Henry Hub. More so, he lauded the price per ton now fetched by petrochemicals, which are made in TNT, namely ammonia at US $915 plus euro at US $525 and methanol at US $345. Ammonia surprised everyone. It tripled in price over the last 2 years. Expect a steady uptick in oil and gas production, but it is a lot of hard work, he said. The rise in energy prices have changed the government's whole revenue profile to the increase the energy revenue from comprising 7% to 45% of the total government revenue. Imbert recalled that in 2015, he had been advised to devalue the TNT dollar to 10 to 1 per US or lose all foreign reserves, but had not done so. He boasted that today TNT has great foreign reserves, with citizens spared from the poverty of the devaluation could bring. He said governmental expenditure would be cut no more, by saying government will always protect the vulnerable. Imbert said tax collection must improve, citing that $7 billion in uncollected taxes. He said the government should be collecting much more tax than it had hoped. Tax collection issue would be remedied by the proposed Titi Revenue Authority. He gave figures to suggest that the economy was doing well. He said TNT has a US 19,000 per capita GDP, exceeding Barbados and just behind the Bahamas, boasting that TNT's debt to GDP ratio had fallen to 72%. Going down gives the fiscal space to spend in the productive sector. While Imbert was giving us all this information, the economists at the University of the West Indies responded. They are saying the cost of living crisis in TNT is unbearable. Newsday carried the story clinch and tack yesterday. In the photo, you have the economist Valmiki Arjun. According to the article, University of the West Indies economist Dr. Arjun wonders whether a spotlight had been shown on what he described as the cost of living crisis in TNT. He asked that this question in relation to statements made by the Prime Minister, Finance Minister, and other speakers at the Spotlight on the Economy event hosted at the Hyatt on Friday. As expected, much of our economic fundamentals at the microeconomic level have largely improved given the surge in energy prices. But Arjun said with a total deficit of over 64 billion in the last 6 years, averaging 10.7 billion annually, it is highly favorable that the deficit is narrowed to the projected 3.7 billion, the lowest fiscal deficit since 2012. He attributed much of this to the increase in taxes on incomes and profits that usually account for over 60% of the state's earnings, increasing an approximately 12 billion since 2016. This was not only accounted for by the petrochemical sector companies, but also the manufacturing sector, who in the last 18 months took average of the surge in global spending and ramped up the production to increase their export revenues. Arjun said there needed to be more efficient tax collection system. Naturally, the fewer tax collection and avoidance practices, these taxes would have been higher, which underscores the need for a more efficient tax collection system. He anticipated higher energy revenue in the coming months, partially due to the deepening energy crisis in Europe due to the indefinite shutdown of Nord Stream gas pipeline, causing further cuts to the European gas supply. This will place upward pressure on the price of gas and LNG, since Europe is placing more emphasis on the use of LNG as the alternative to Russia's gas. Arjun said the price hike will be more apparent since winter is around the corner. He added that TNT would have benefited us even more if the Atlantic LNG Train 1 was operational. But while TNT's revenue streams and other macroeconomic indicators are undoubtedly better, he is still concerned. It does not change the fact that there is a deepening cost of living crisis, more so for those in the middle and lower income brackets. He said while TNT inflation rate is 4.9%, remains lower than many other economies like the United States, where 8.5%, and the United Kingdom at 10.1%, the inflation is the percentage change in the prices from one period to another. Prices are currently the highest they have ever been for generations. Our price index of June 2022 is 116.2, an 11% increase from 2016. He says even if inflation remains low, if a household is already paying a high cost for a basic basket of items per month, hypothetically $2,000, the inflation is, say, 1%, that the price of the basket increased to $2,020, but the price remains high. It is still a change that is small. He says the purchasing power of household is what really matters. And I'll stop here. Trinidad and Tobago, who do you believe? The finance minister giving us figures to suggest that the economy is moving towards a strong recovery, but we must be cautioned? Or economists at the University of the West Indies who is telling us Yeah. But the cost of living in TNT is extremely high. In fact, it's the highest it's ever been in the past few years. Who do you believe? The lines are open. We are taking your calls. Numbers to call. 342-0081. That's 342-0081. 771-1791. 466-5391. The lines are open. Hold on. Let me get my song. There we go. Let's see who's on the outside. Caller, you live? Caller, you there?
Right,
Hey, my
yes,
dear
I
brother,
am.
how are you?
I'm not too bad. Now, if you listen to the UE economics, he actually a crazy man. Because common sense would tell you, Aisha West, once fuel goes up around the world, that means to move a container from one state to a next state, the price goes up. So that means food price is going to go up. And if in the UK it is now 9%, the US is somewhere between 7 to 8%. And they produce a large variety of what they consume. We don't. So if inflation goes up there and we have to import what their inflation is in our country, you don't think $100 food basket will now cut down to somewhere between 75 to 80? Obviously. So he coming to tell me that has nothing to do with the government. This is a global shock around the world. So I don't know what they expect the government to do to reduce the cost of food that we import. That logic can't make sense to the Aisha. That is politics he playing there to try to make it seem. Because what's going on? I hear a man talking this morning how we get a windfall and what we do with the windfall. My budget is a budget that is estimated. I estimate that the oil companies is going to give me 20 billion. Fortunately, and here we go, and my budget is, my expenditure is 50 billion. So I expect to get 20 billion from oil, and the rest is from taxes and wherever I can generate. And if I can't collect the taxes, then I have a deficit. In order to fill the deficit, I have to borrow. And that is what we've been doing for the past probably 15 years. We've been running deficit budget. So it comes like my income is $2,000 and I want to spend $3,500. So every month I am owing the bank. This government, because under Pastor they was telling me Mr. Manning is spending too much money at 43 billion, that the GDP is too high. They left me a budget at 63 billion and my debt to GDP is now, when them left was 80-something%. This administration starts spending at least $10 billion less. So I'm along the 50-something. So and my debt to GDP has gone down like well. So now I can go to the bank and get a loan. So I don't understand who he feels, who that UV professor would be speaking to for anybody to believe what he's saying has anything to do with management or bad management at the government system. That has to do with a global shock. You know, I saw Ukraine is telling Germany, here what's going on. My population, I lost about 4 million of my population migrated and left. So I have a surplus of gas, right? Because they decide to give Putin some sanction for selling oil. So Putin turned off the oil last week until them are doing some repairs, right? And they decide, well, if the country that Putin fighting decide to get them gas, he said, well, I was fixing something, you know. And here what's going on. Since all they decide, the repairs ain't finished. When they continue with the sanction, he tell them the day before yesterday, here what's going on. I ain't getting all no gas, you know. Until all they release the sanction, no gas. So the country that fighting against him could send as much gas as they want. At the end of the, so you see what happened yesterday, this morning? Gas price, because one of the OPEC countries decided they were going to reduce. I was producing 1,000 barrels today. I decided to cut it down to 800. As they do that, oil price and gas price going up again. So that's why the Prime Minister said to us, if my gas budget, my gas deficit is past $1 billion, you as the citizen now will have to start to incur some of that debt. So here we go. You ain't going to drive out the road to drive 5 minutes to go to the grocery. I ain't going to drive out the road and take and burn $10 gas because all they're talking gasoline. It'll cheap in Trinidad and Tobago. Just enjoy your evening. And I believe that, right?
Thank you so much. You're sticking with the minister. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, what's your thought? Do you believe the Minister of Finance? He is telling us that the economy is steady, it's recovering, it's strong, while economists at UWI are telling us he don't know what you're talking about. The cost of living is higher than it's ever been. Caller, you live?
Hi, good afternoon, Aisha.
Hey, my dear brother.
Yes, and good afternoon, all the listeners, and my colleague who just spoke there. You know, Aisha, when you have a first world leader in Trinidad and Tobago leading a third world mindset, it's very difficult, And the third world mindset even starts from the opposition, And these economist fellows who just jump out and let the media give them respect. I don't know if this is a home lesson. But what I know, I keep telling Trinidad and Tobago, and these gullible citizens, including these fly-by-night teachers led by a woman who don't understand leadership, who don't understand children, who did something yesterday for my grandson to go this morning and call her miss. Call her miss and have respect if you were to ask, in his excitement, how come I didn't go to school yesterday? She would tell him some nonsense. And like one of our colleagues said, long time we protest with a little ribbon and make a statement where the children would have you could have had a conversation. But anyhow, leave them there and they feel the victory. They feel the victorious. Aisha Wells, Mr. Imbert has been doing a great job amidst criticism by a lot of these economists, well-known economists. But I know, as my colleague said, we are going to know World Bank yet. The disingenuous and ungrateful citizens here, public servants, still get their salary. These teachers still and get all kind of things. For years, I tell in Trinidad and Tobago, there are thousands of people out there, thousands, that can pay additional taxes. It's not been approved in the parliament. And I see a fool attended a meeting with Saddam Hussein, a real low-down fool. They call him people Creole and kind of thing. I don't even go to him. Don't understand. He wants things for farmers. And his foolish opposition leader will not say, hey, when we sit in the parliament, let us increase taxes through what the government is bringing forth. And Aisha, abuse is something else. UNC supporters getting slapped by Kamala Prasad. A real hard slap. And they're running and saying thanks, A stupid bunch of people, I didn't know that different, no other way Aisha Wells. Because you know why? I've said it with class before, that property taxes will not impact on the poor. Kamala telling them that, and they're running with it. The poor don't own no property. The whole question of gaming industry, structured taxes, the revenue authority, structured taxes encompassing a lot of people who outside the tax circle will add value even to them who have companies. You may not end up paying tax, but you're in the circle. Paying tax sometimes is a savings. Except Trinidad and Tobago, people will go all Aisha Wells, they'll go in New York, they're going and they're paying taxes because it's structured. With the IRS and in Canada, the same revenue authority stands firm that you can collect all your taxes so you can get your paved road. Mr. Imbert is correct. And I'm telling you, no economist here, political analyst, none of them has come and tell our citizens here who literacy rate dropped from 98 to 58 that, A, you will be affected nicely if you sit down and listen to Dr. Rowley about local government reform, about the question of revenue authority. It will treat us well. We will get the taxes in the millions. And then you're paving road, you're improving security in all the regional corporations, you're enhancing CPEP. Everything will be enhanced because you know what? I want to pay my taxes. This one, they have people who can pay the taxes. So Mr. Imbert is correct. And I want Trinidad and Tobago stop listening to fly-by-night economists who get a little money to jump out and say that we have food shortage. Aisha Wells, war happening in two countries that are the biggest producer of grains. How that is Dr. Early fault? That's what we're going through here in this country. And big people here, who we should respect, will not tell these citizens that. That long time, when I used to eat rice, callaloo, my macaroni pie, and two other dishes, my wife cut it down to a lot of rice, the kalaloo, a 2 piece of meat because the rice are full, man. And then I drink water, and then I eat fried bake with a lot of body. What happened to Trinidadians? Let me end. Mr. Imbert is on the right path. And the right thinking citizens is enough to keep Kamala Prasad, Khadija Amin, and all these fly-by-night economists right where they are. Good work, and people, listen to the PNM. You have to be on my mind. Listen to the PNM because you don't have an opposition with a national heart. That's why they didn't need it in the Independence Parade. Thank you, well, good program. All the best.
Thank you so much. The lines are open. Citizens are weighing in. And I know that this is a very, very serious discussion. If you're in serious about this discussion, sit down in the pavilion, don't come in the arena. This is bread and butter conversation. So the minister is telling us that the economy is strong. We survived the inflation and we at a upward mobility. But we must do so with caution. Economists, on the other hand, at UWI telling us he heading good. The cost of living in this country is the highest that it's ever been. Who do you believe? The minister or the economist? Callers, you're live.
Hi, Ms. Wells.
Hello.
Hi to your callers. Let me just agree with Roddy Jr. before me, who says sometimes you try to be diplomatic with your language, but sometimes you just have to call them foolish. Aisha Wells, how many times have Mr. Imbert proved these, I don't want to call them economists, but these so-called economists wrong? How many times since 2015? Time and time again. Now, and let me tell you something, Aisha Wells. If Standard & Poor's and Moody's had downgraded us rather than upgraded us, the same opposition and the same UWI people would have jumped on the bandwagon and agreed. Standard & Poor's upgraded us, right? That says a lot. And for some reason, they can't jump on the bandwagon this time. Talk done. Mr. Imbert has proven all these people, they don't know what they're talking about. And they have a political agenda. Thank you very much, Aisha.
Sufferers don't care about race. Sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who living in who play.
4% nothing, 4% nothing.
Joseph Moses, stay off Madame voice notes. Caller, you live.
Yes, Mr. Imbert is very correct.
Okay.
Why don't send these men in UWI in Chinaka to help them? They're so bright. Chinaka needs help right now. Let them go there. Thank you.
Uncle, easy yourself, Uncle. Easy yourself, easy yourself. The lines are open. I'm going to take some calls before I play some voice notes. There's a lot of voice notes, so come in with the phone calls. Let's go. Caller, you live.
Pleasant afternoon to you, dear sister.
I see you've decided to enter the pavilion.
Well, darling, let me do the formal thing before I even get into the editorial. Journalist and counselor, pleasant afternoon. Now, what we're discussing is the economy. And what we're looking at, I am a 2x4 economist. I must say, and when I say 2x4 economist, in other words, I did not study as an economist. So what I would do, I would engage my discussion based upon the economists, the Minister of Finance, the Ministry of Finance, the energy sector. For the common denominator out there, and when I say common denominator, the ordinary people, let me break it down and get to the facts. And I want to show you why the economist is correct. If you had $2 in 2020, you need $5 in your pocket to have $2. When you look at the cost of goods and services, and we have to speak it to the small man. And Sister Aisha, let me engage you. You know, cheap have a cocoa powder, premium powder. Okay? it's a raw cocoa powder. That was $12.50 last 2 weeks. And you could go on the shelf because as a mother, you visit there. Okay? And today that is $18.95. And that is why I'm saying this, to break it down to the common denominator in terms of goods and services. In terms of costing, it is higher and it is much more expensive. And as a result of that, as a 2x4 economist, I yet still to see what kind of development the government had for the last 3 years. I could even go for the last 6 years. And there is nothing I can see. You cannot talk about a blue economy, a green economy. What is happening?
So, Tabakit, 1 minute. I want to engage you.
I want you to.
So you're telling me that you are not seeing a steadily increase in the construction sector?
Let's stay right there. And as you talk construction sector, right now the construction sector is flat, it's zero, and I'm happy you're going there. And if you want to engage your economy, if the construction sector is booming, you would have all the people on the ground working. The supermarket will do good, the drugstore will do good, all about will do good. And I'm so happy you're going there.
So are you telling me that business is not doing well?
I'm not, look, I don't want to be disingenuous. You will have that flow. Let me tell you what you have. You have the working for a salary just for another day. You get your salary today, long time, you had fortnight, you had month end. People can't live on that anymore. As you get your salary, by Monday morning, you're poor. And you cannot save. And let me say this, to the poor and vulnerable, and we've got to go there, because there is already. To the poor and vulnerable, all they got to eat is the staples. So when I hear all this set of fancy talk and all these things, I am saying when you look at the recurring expenditure and all these things, the government have been lying through the teeth to the people. Let's go there. Now you remember Dr. Rowley, the Honorable Prime Minister, said they utilized all the money in COVID. That is why he couldn't fix the roads. Well, that's a lie. Let me tell you. We receive a lot of grants all over the world. And there is something they call the non-disclosure agreement. So we will none be the wiser. And as a matter of fact, if we look at the energy sector, it's the same thing. So to make a long story short, which we want other callers to read, I am saying I support the economists. The economy is flat. The country is not doing good. The government have been running deficit budget. As a matter of fact, the government don't know what they is doing. What the government is doing, they're nitpicking. They're running all about the place. As a matter of fact, they're just there to last out their term till 2025. But I will say, and as I take my leave, you want to engage the economy, 99.9% of our food is imported. I support the economists. The country is not doing good. The economy is not doing well. If you've got to have $2 in your pocket, you need to have 5. And the construction sector is down. I'm sorry for Barataria. I'm sorry for Rowley Jr. But all you know, economists, your government and the country is not doing well. Mayhem, murder, crime, unemployment, prostitution. That is what is happening under the Rowley administration. Tabakit out and out.
Did he say prostitution? But what the hell is this? Tabakit, how you know prostitution is on the increase? Look, I enable. The lines are open. 15 minutes, the top of the hour. In the 6 o'clock hour, we switching gears. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Caller, you live.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Hi, is that you, Aisha?
Yes, it's me.
Oh, hi. It's so very nice to get through to you.
Hello.
I look at your program quite often.
Thank
Am
you.
I on the air?
Live on the air.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm just calling to say that I am no economist. I don't live in Trinidad. I am a Trinidadian. However, what I want to say is I sort of listened to what you read about what the economy, and I also understand that the economy seems to be at a rise in Trinidad. What I wanted to say is that around the world, every country is being cautioned about the economy. Every country. Prices are going to rise. They have risen here in Canada. I can't tell you the prices. I mean, things that cost $7 is now $13. So what my call is to say, obviously, what the minister said about the economy, he knows. Also, what the economist from UE is saying may have some facts. I don't think we should throw it out. I think that people should become more aware and look at both sides. Look at the information and also realize that it's a world crisis. Prices are going to go up with food. You all may not see it in Trinidad immediately, but trust me, if anything has to be imported, it is going to show a difference. And yes, I know that the economy is looking better with regard to the oil situation in Trinidad. But I don't think that Trinidadians should just think, oh, things are going great. Oh, the money is rising in Trinidad. Listen, there is going to be something catastrophic happening in the world of money, food prices, and everything else. So I would say, let's be cautious. And individuals should not just throw the idea that because the discussion becomes political. Let's leave the politics aside and listen to what the world is saying. Every country, the UK, United States, Canada, Europe, everywhere there are things happening when it comes to the economy. And yes, Trinidad is probably blossoming right now. They're rising from what they felt before in a couple of years. But I don't think we should just sit back and think, oh, things are great. We need to keep our eyes open and be very open to what economists have to say. And that's what I have to say. Let's just keep an open eye and an open ear and look at what the world is saying to all of us. We have to be more cautious. And thank you for this time. I hope I haven't taken too much time. And your program is excellent. Excellent program. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, honey. I'm always happy when people call us from international countries thanking us for such a wonderful program. We know we have a wide listenership all across the world. Because when you want to hear about what's going on in Trinidad, it's by Aisha you just come. Don't take my word for it. Ask any Trini living anywhere in the world. Do you know Aisha Wells? And they would say, yes, I know her. I just listen to she. When I want to hear what the ground talking about, I just go by she. So yes, thank you so much for calling in and, blessings to you and yours. We international. We don't fight up with no 2x4 program on a Saturday who only has 7 listeners, We international. So I just want to say that. So thank you so much for sharing that, darling. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. Let's see who's there. Caller, you're live.
Hey, champion, this is Black Man here.
Black Man, you there?
Miss Wells.
Hey, hi.
How are you, Miss Wells? Good afternoon, and by extension, Trinidad and Tobago.
Good afternoon. Where are you calling us from?
Brooklyn, to be exact.
Doing Brooklyn? You're recovering from Labor Day?
A lot of rain. We got rain since last night. We got rain.
Wow.
I want to piggyback off of what this lady from Canada just said about the economy and, what's going on in the world. And I think the whole thing about Trinidadians and Tobago, I think they're just ignorant to the fact and the truth. They act like if the government is just bringing poor people down, we're just making the country hard for no reason. I'm saying right here in New York City, let me tell you something. You go to the grocery, the money you should spend $100 and buy, you need like $200 and $250 now to buy the same groceries. And the thing about it, with these people who calling into the program and saying, things are so doom and gloom. And they know better, because they have internet and they do Google search and they can know what's happening all over the world. Trinidad is not immune to anything what's happening all over the world. So they need to be just stop being ignorant and take the politics out of the whole thing. The whole thing is just politics, politics, politics. If Dr. Rowley is not, let's say the PNM is out of power, and whoever comes in, they got to deal with the same thing. They don't have a magic wand to raise a magic wand and everything is going to go away. Let's be honest to ourselves and stop. Everything is politics. Let's be true to ourselves, man. The world is going through a change, and that's it. Everybody's going to feel the effect. It's going to be everybody wants money. They don't want to work. They want money. They want money. Where the money is okay. The oil is up right now. What's going to happen? A drop. You want a pay raise when the price go back down. You go back and take a pay raise. It doesn't make any sense. People need to be honest and just man up to what's happening. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Caller, you're live.
Aisha.
Hi.
Mr. Demorius. Do we leave Demorius?
Yes, Demorius.
He forget it on a 2 minutes ban. You forget that? Once they engage
I engaged him, man. Gemma, I engaged him, and that's what caused him to go for 2 minutes. Yes. I engaged him.
He out of place and talking about Rowley Jr. and Mr. Barataria. Yes, I leave Rowley Jr. and Mr. Barataria alone. And mind his business. Mr. Demorius. Okay.
All right, Gemma, take it easy. Caller, you're live.
Aisha, good afternoon to you, my dear.
Hey, how you doing, Mommy?
I am great. Thank God to see another day and another life. Aisha, I am very proud of those two people called before Gemma a while ago there. They put in some sense in our Trinbago head. You hear? I felt very proud of the lady and the gentleman who just called, because Aisha, a lot of us, I'm not speaking about you, a lot of us don't go. We only know about Trinidad and Tobago, right? You see, if they used to travel, Aisha, they know how it is out there. So I'm glad that these two people could have called in and put some sense in their head. Because everything is about Rowley. Yet I'm telling you about Aisha West, and you know that too, Aisha. You've been out there already, and you know it as Aisha West is out there.
That's right.
Right? But before I come off the air, what the gentleman suggests about prosecution is right or wrong?
You're right.
He must say that, because remember that time he was on a box in San Fernando, so long and whining on, he said that's number one. And my friend, like the butler, and if he just done, Aisha.
It finished, it no finish.
Because she and I lie down and I laughing.
Mommy, that your boyfriend are not getting in.
Anderson, good afternoon to you. What you tell him? Who in charge of
Call to tell me about, he married and his wife and all that. I don't understand it. I never get a wedding invitation.
I didn't get no invitation for that wedding either.
Daddy and Anderson.
But I want to say good afternoon to my grandson, Isaiah. Well done, darling. The exam, I'm proud of you, you understand me? I'm telling you about Aisha to see a girl today, she's school closed.
Yeah, she gone out and she closed.
Listen to me now. She don't eat cold food. So they have something that when she gets into the school, it will be better.
Mommy, you had a little girl spoiling, Mommy.
Girl, Aisha, what you could do, you understand? After losing dad and things, we have to make her happy, to be honest, and you know that very well, you understand me?
That for sure.
And if you that grandfather and that grandmother and ex-grandmother, Lord, Father, Aisha, you knows best. But you have a good, my boys are them all right?
Your boys are good.
Aisha, I ain't gonna get no invitation for that wedding.
I know all. I'm waiting to see I go deal with him. Thank you, Mommy. We're gonna take that break and we'll be back. Stay with us.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Job Optimum Health and Wellness. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan. Examines all of your organs in a single session. 95% accuracy. It's painless. non-invasive and affordable. Call Pastor Job at 350-2628, 767-1031, or 275-6300. Sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your bioplasma diagnostic full body scan at Job Optimum Health and Wellness.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, The Truth, The Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on the street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on the street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845-349-5178 or 342-7303.
Hi Trinidad and Tobago, this is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Maraval Road, 91.9. Our services start from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning from the first, the second, and last Wednesday of the month. We are going to have a TRME time in the presence of God. We will be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.9 FM Street Live, Port of Spain, Maraval.
Good about like looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-595-281-4723 or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's not wet.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God. God's word direct from his throne room in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the street 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in, so line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute God Amari, King Selassie.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All right, beautiful people, we are back. We have two sets of issues to touch on this hour, so let me clear up the voice notes and then jump on the issues. Oh, Lord. I have more than two voice notes here.
Good afternoon. I don't know why constantly airtime does be wasted with stupid, foolish people who share nothing of worth on the nation's airways. But notwithstanding that, the information about the economy is not available to me, so I don't know whether Iwer being truthful or not. The UE, UNC, economics and them, who always doom and gloom on the papers, most of the times, and know for a fact, they tell lies. Because if you have enough sense to understand global economics, you would understand. And many people don't have enough sense to understand global economic, socio-political issues. That is a fact. Trinidad and Tobago is situated in a global economy where things that happen outside of this country affects what goes on in this country. Now, we know cost of living is going up, that is a fact, but this is happening all over the world. However, understand this, within your own country, why is the cost of living continuously being so high? Who raising the cost of living? It's not the government. If you understand government and socioeconomic policies, people would know that the government gives businesses, private sector, tax subvention, breaks, stipends for hiring apprentices where you can get tax rebates. But these rebates and tariffs and loans and business subventions are never passed on to consumers. Government reduced VAT on so many goods, yet you're still paying more for these goods at the supermarket. The prices never went down. So who has the cost of living high? Again, as I always tell all fighting the wrong enemy on a daily basis. All they don't know who, what, where, or when, because all they don't think. The government does not have cost of living high. The private sector, the business people who make millions of dollars in profits on a yearly basis and always begging government for subventions to fatten the pockets and never pass it on to you, the consumer, yet you still run to buy from them every day to help fatten the pockets, and then you're all government and doing nothing for you because you don't know how, when to shop and live within your budgeted means. Because many only can't budget all your own household, but all you always feel all you can budget our government and our economy. All you always know what the government could and can't do, but all you care is budget all your own home and see about all your own self. And then all they turn into about government don't like nobody and government and doing this and government has no obligation to give you nothing. Understand that. See about yourself. Work and see about yourself. Whether you're an entrepreneur or a worker, you have to see about yourself. That is not the government to do. This country filled with too much imps and clowns. And I said a rum shop and backstreet talkers.
Aisha, good afternoon. Trinidad, good afternoon. Last general election, this tutor president, some party didn't accept her, but she would have been placed to be probably the next member of parliament. She was rejected. Find out which party is that. I shall try and remember. So you know it's pure hate with this woman. I'm locked on and I'm listening.
Aisha, good afternoon. Congratulations to all the children and them who were successful in the exam. And a former prime minister made a statement some years ago. It seems they are proving him right. What they're saying is not about the money, but all you're talking about is the 4%.
Good afternoon, Aisha. Aisha, I see this counselor from, I think it's Penal Devi, kind of a female now. Sam. Me and somebody else on TV6 News last night saying how they ain't get enough money, they get a shortfall, how much millions, and they can't get backhoe to clean the drain, to fix.
To make it easy, if our next party was in power, the economists would have been making sense. But PNM in power, so the minister making sense.
I shall me I got dodgy minister, he said the economy is strong, but the economy is airline either, cost of living increasing. Cost of living increasing, no matter what causing it, cost of living is increasing dramatically. But for that time, I used to keep saying it. I used to spend $900 at $1,000. Right, and for the same thing, I'm spending $1,400 now. You understand me? Somebody will tell you what to eat and what not to eat. If I don't eat bacon, if I don't eat flour, I just plain. If I don't eat macaroni pie, if I don't eat meat, I have to get something to give me protein.
You got economists right. We're going with good. People out there suffering. Gas prices going up. Look on faith. But we're going to tell them they can fool all the people there, boy. They can't.
Mr. Tabakit, you are a 1 by 4 economist.
Mr. Aisha Wells, good afternoon. You see that man, Tabakit? That is one wicked old man politics.
Comrade, good afternoon. Mr. Bahataria is an economist. He explained that very good, better than that so-called economist from UWI. He's a UNC activist. Because if you listen to the spotlight of the economy, ammonia is our highest seller. And this which we are getting our monies. So what the economists from UWI talking about Barataria? Well, explain, my brother. Aisha, I listened to a lady call from our way. But is that what the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister is saying? That the war in Ukraine and Russia will not stay forever and the gas price will not remain high on that price. So what he's telling us to be cautious, to go into agriculture and try to bring down our food import bill, which part we do not have to import such amount of food. So what people are saying, that the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister is not telling us to be cautious? They are. They are hearing what they are. They want to hear because they are political.
Aisha, pleasant good afternoon to you, the callers, texters, listeners of the Street 919. Aisha, I have got to agree with the Minister of Finance because all these so-called fly-by-night economists and these UNC, or I should say UNC, these opposition so-called economists, right, will only preach doom and gloom for this country. So, Van Wiki Arjun, take your back seat. No, I am not saying, Aisha, that some of the things he's saying might be substantial, right? But all them that look at is about politics to see how they can denigrate and make the government that in office now look bad. You understand? So I got to listen to the Minister of Finance, and you see, Aisha, some of them need to go on his Twitter account and see all the updates he posts on his Twitter, right? So that is my take on it, Aisha. Some people need to get reality. The problem do not evolve alone in Trinidad. All over the world, we are not immune. Aisha locked on.
Thank you so much. So stick up in. We switch gears real quick. Sergeant, well, let me take it away. Inspector, I was corrected. Inspector Alexander is the new head of the Port of Spain division. According to the news article, Alexander, to rid the capital of crime and criminal activity. Acting Senior Superintendent of Police Roger Alexander is the head of the Port of Spain Police Division. The acting superintendent says he is going to make Port of Spain safe again. He aims to meet with gangs and to let them know the do's and the don'ts. People, do you believe Alexander can make a difference in Port of Spain? Simple yes or no. Feel free to tell me why you voted the way you did. Numbers to call me right now, 3420081. That's 3420081. 771-1791, 466-5391. Do you believe Inspector Roger Alexander can make a difference in Port of Spain? Caller, you live?
Yes, Aisha. Good afternoon again. I would like to give him a chance. Right? I would like to give him a chance, reason being, I know him over the years. Right? So he's a person will get to the nitty-gritty and see how best he could quite a situation. No, I'm not putting better than a block for him, you know. Right? But I will give him a chance to see the difference he can make in the Port of Spain division. That is my take on it.
Thank you so much. I'm reading comments on Facebook. Shari Bartholomew says Alexander will clean up the backside in tongue.
Suffering makes us one. Now,
Maslin Ned is saying no. She don't believe anything could be done. We're going to go again. Caller, you live?
Aisha.
Talk to me, mommy.
Yes, I think he will make a difference in the Port of Spain because what I'm looking at, he's out there for a while now, right? And he will know all the hot spots. He will know who is who. You understand me? So I will give him the opportunity to see if we could kind of cool down, not Port of Spain alone, but elsewhere too, you understand me? Although I think he's in charge. Am I right in Port of Spain division now? Am I right?
Port of Spain division.
Right. Yeah, I think he will make a difference, you understand me? And Mr. Alexander, you go at it. You go at it because right now, it's not looking good at all. Honestly, you go at it. I wish you luck. Okay, Aisha?
Sandra Wharton says, yes, Aisha, he don't make joke. He's coming for criminals. Do you believe Inspector Alexander is going to shake down tongue? Let's go, you live.
Yes, like he could do it because if he know the gangster and them, all he had to do is meet them in night and carry them and put them to sleep one time. What he used to do. Because it's very tough at them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Alison Rogers out there in the UK says, yes, I am rooting for him. He can make the difference. Call A live.
Aisha.
Hi, Mano.
I ride it. You understand? Because they play this and there's too much of friend constable and all kind of things. They need somebody who could stand up hard like me. I go.
He's in charge of Tongue Robert. He's the new man, the head of Port of Spain division. Call A live.
Aisha?
Talk to me, Gemma.
Yeah, I wish him luck, but up to now, I still want to know what a coffee man was doing, dragging the coffee all over the country. He answer me up to now.
Thank you, Gemma.
Okay. I wish someone...
Caller, you live.
Hi, yes. Between Nova, for the kind of work I know he has done between Nova to Port of Spain, I think he will be a good fit.
Thank you so much. They say he's going to have criminals running scared in tongue. Do you believe Alexander is the man for the job? So far, 90% of you rooting for him. Let's go. Caller, you live.
Aisha Wells.
Talk to me.
Yes, Jacob took too long to put Alexander, the senior soup, to Southern Division. Not only that, he has to make it parallel with Central Division and Southern Division. So he has to have that coordination going. Because Alec will be strong in Port of Spain. He could develop the team to deal. And I want people to understand, it's not about confronting gang members and killing them, you know. I don't want people to feel that Alec coming to kill gang members, you know. But a proper coordinated patrol and policing could get it under control. That is the person to do it. Jacob took too long. Oliver.
No, because if you're going to meet and greet with criminals to tell them the do's and don'ts, as far as I'm concerned, you're going to tell them if they could pay you a kickback, you go turn a blind eye. There is no need for anyone in authority to meet and greet with no criminal elements in society. We have laws. The laws have been around since 1962, and by now everyone knows the law. It's either you obey them or you don't, and when you don't, you pay the price. It's as simple as that. Laws must be enforced. The problem we have with crime escalating in this country is the lack of law enforcement, the lack of the ability of the police to properly investigate, and the population of this country who continuously support the criminals and not provide the necessary information to take the criminals to court where the court can pass judgment on them. It's as simple as that. There needs to be no meet and greet. Do the job you're paid for.
Let's go again. You're live.
That's a person that normally make a very good contribution. So this evening, you don't know about policing. All over the world, police officers meet with gang members. Trust me. So don't feel that you could just go into an area and start, yes, they obey the law. But that's one of the most pivotal things. You're not reaching there to compromise. But Gary Griffith did it. And Gary Griffith took a model from Rudy Giuliani and they were the policing. They did that. And they met with them, not to talk thing, They know exactly. I wouldn't tell you why they meet them. But they do meet with them. And the crime eventually goes down. And those who fall out of that conversation, there's where they lose their life. So, sister, you normally make good contribution. You see the policing?
It's a brother.
Oh, it's a brother.
He just has a feminine voice.
All right. Yeah. No, you have it wrong today. So you feel just go in the area and no. You meet with fellas who describe as the head of the gangs and that kind of thing. The conversation is not a soft conversation. It's a strong conversation. Alec will do that. And if you break it, then you have consequence. So I disagree with you this evening.
Sufferers don't care who from tongue. Sufferers only want to hear where the next food.
Them 2x4 economists from UE that come up with that whole thing yesterday, all of them looking to eat their food if Kamala get in power.
Good afternoon, Shabbat. Again, a match about Alexander, the corrupted police, is an evil head. You want to be gang members? Alexander, our penguin, I'm looking for
something that we want to
Caller, you are live.
A pleasant good day to you, Aisha.
How you doing,
on
Paul?
Roger Alexander, right? The head. I'm good actually just preparing for my semester. But Aisha, let me tell you something, right? There's no do's and there's no don'ts, right? His job there is to dismantle the criminal elements and their gangs. However, it is alleged that he is corrupted. So that is why the do's and don'ts came in. Thank you.
Interesting indeed.
sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who living in who place.
You're live.
Afternoon, Aisha again.
Hi.
Yeah, man, that brother, a real experience. Everybody know that. I think that's a nice little move there in terms of, and if he decided come and talk to them, come on, Mr. Patrick Manning did it. Everybody did it. I think even Basil Pandey and all to some degree. And the other day I heard David Mohammed regretting that the past leaders were criticized for meeting with them. I think before any kind of affirmative action or any kind of crackdown, that is one of the most sensible things to do. And, put that decision to quell the crime in their hands. To quell down the shippiness in their hands first. And then, you probably run your operations and things after that. It's like nothing really happening, stuff like that. So, I could see some positive steps in that direction. Also to the economy, Aisha, it is embedded in the PNM to be good governors of this country. You understand? I mean, a lot of people, they can't swallow it, right? But they have to know that You know, wrongly get rid of the PNM is not a good policy. You understand? And Mr. Imbert has time and again proven that he could literally be as a matter of fact, he is practically the physical prime minister in a sense. Because you're running the show in terms of finances, and the brother has done a very good job. You know, we had the naysayers who just doesn't base anything on any kind of intelligible, you know, conversation or anything like that, and they just criticize because, you know, they were told to criticize or they buy in a fight, you know. But I believe Minister Imbert, the minister, he could do it, and he has done it. And so much so that the trolls on them free enough to, you know, to be good enough so that they could criticize. Have a good evening, Aisha. Thanks for allowing me this country.
Thank you so much. We're switching gears in a few minutes.
Good evening, Aisha. That person who talk about Alexander going to meet and greet because he want kickback, song like Tabakit. If that person, I don't know if it's a he or she, only know about Alexander, and Alexander talks, she will understand what meet and greet mean. Don't talk nonsense. Alexander know what you're talking about. And if you only understand Alexander, you will know what meet and greet mean.
Well, it's not a she. We could start with that. It's actually a he. He just has a little feminine voice, but I can guarantee you it's a he and not a she. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live?
Yes, Tabakit think UNC coming back to spend a cut note or Tabakit they're not coming back, and don't call the Prime Minister any amount again. So just gotta lock off this radio.
All right, Uncle. Go with God.
Again, history and facts. How many people in the past, in authority, prime ministers, past commissioner of police have met with criminals and gang leaders? Has crime reduced? We have an escalating problem. So shall we continue to repeat the folly and the stupidity of the past? Again, there is no need to meet and greet. Rudy Giuliani right now is facing several criminal fraudulent charges in America. So using him as a post to say we could do this too is a failure. A failure. So again, meet and greet again is a waste of time. Enforce the law. That's the only thing criminals will understand. It's the only way to keep your society and law-abiding people safe. All you
Let's see who's there. Caller, you live?
Good evening, Sister Aisha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, I'm good. I am rooting for Alexander because I know he can do the job and he is going to make a big dent. So God's blessing upon him, and I hope that the people that he have around him, they are going to give him that support. And I know he's a no-nonsense man.
Thank you so much. I know this voice very well.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you
when
for calling in.
I'll come and look for you.
Thank you so much.
It's your Atlanta fan.
Yes, I make out the voice.
So all the best. How is the family?
The family is good. Just excited. I'm seeing my son after weeks of military training sometime this month. So I'm pretty excited.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And he's safe and sound and blessed.
Yeah, he's just praying for that part of it to be over.
Yes, he has to pray and he has to trust in God.
Yeah.
So you take care and all the best. I'll see you when I get home.
No problem, loving. Can't wait to see you. Have a blessed one. I tell Ole we switching gears. So stick a pin on Alexander for me if you could. We skipping through these things real quick. So, there is an ad. Yes, an ad by one of our banks in Trinidad and Tobago. Republic Bank ad that is causing problems in the African community to the extent where someone wrote a letter to the editor. Bank ad attack on black women. So what I want you to do is head on over to YouTube and Facebook. Let me show you the ad. Take a look at it, and then I'm going to read the opinion the letter writer wrote to the editor. And I'm going to allow you to weigh in on this, members of the African community. Are you on YouTube or Facebook yet? All right, good. Check this ad out and tell me if you agree with this opinion. Let's go.
My grandson feel he was a big man before he reached secondary school, telling me about new gadgets to make life easy. But he busting up the food his granny cook with her 2 hands. And Kern's a good boy. I know. I raised him. I know he doesn't like seeing me work too hard. He worries. Before I had my first heart attack, he was excited to live near his university campus. So I felt guilty when he decided to live at home to take care of me. And getting to class and back, he would travel, he said. But I got him a little car anyway, much safer. He graduated, recently got married, and he's doing well for himself with all his tech. He still thinks he knows more than me. But to be honest, I don't know how I would have managed without him.
Your life is your story. Let's help you write your next chapter. Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Right. So you've heard the ad. You've seen the ad. This is one person's opinion on the ad. Republic Bank's Kern and Alana's love story advertisement is an attack on the black women. Most of us is already struggling to survive as single mothers. Our black men are often absent fathers in the home, which is the main cause of so many of our sons, our brothers, and our nephews being gunned down every day, with their bloods soiling the streets. Every day, 2 and 3 black men are murdered like dogs, and there are a few black role models for our young sons in the home. On top of that, you have our young black successful men leaving and making a new home with other women. The bank advertisement shows a fatherless young man living with his granny. He works hard, making a backyard garden to eat food in the kitchen. He studies hard and goes to university. He graduates, buys a car, and after all the sacrifice and care with his grandmother, he gets a job and wants to settle. And who did he choose to marry? Certainly not a black woman. He is too ambitious and bright for that. Where does this situation leave black women? According to 2018 U.S. survey, black mothers are 4 times more likely to be single and serve as the primary breadwinner for their home, as granny is depicted in the advertisement. The headline of NBC News item published in 2010 reads, Black Struggles with 72% unwed mothers rate. The article begins, debating is growing within the outside of the black community as to how to address the rising rate of unwed mothers. 72% of black babies are born to unwed mothers, government statistics say, and changing that is a complex issue. There is a clear link between family structure and delinquent or gang behavior. Children who grow up in single-parent households headed by the mother appear to be more at risk. This finding was published in an article entitled Black Single Female Headed Households and Their Children Involvement in Gang, published in 1992. These kinds of advertisements are setting a trend and promoting a model that is destructive to the black community with a negative impact on society with the respect to increase in crime by black youths. And the writer is Fatima Farah Muhammad Ali from Canupia. What is your thoughts on the issue? You just saw the ad. Do you share this opinion? Or you see nothing wrong with the ad? The lines are open. I'm taking your calls. Believe it or not, this is a talking point all over social media. I'm going to go to the lines. Caller, your live.
Hi, sister.
As a black father, I want you to weigh in on the ad.
Well, here was going on. I looked at the first ad, and 3 weeks ago I was having that conversation. First ad was with Granny, buy a little car. But then all of a sudden, I see my boy planting a garden, he and an ex-black man. But the man have a East Indian wife with a Douglas baby. And I'm asking myself, why didn't the bank match these two people together? What they trying to tell me, unite the race, or is it that because of his level of education, he had to look for somebody, or you tell him that a black woman doesn't have the acumen to join with a man who went to university? And I only one. I have an ad with a supermarket describing me or describing with tone of voice and the way we just speak. There's several in our shows. That is only one. And you know what? The reason why I didn't continue that conversation with the bank, and what the bank proved me to be right, was the ending up of the common entrance exam. When I observed what that Fed Bank did to the East Indian community, giving these children, what is it? They give them some, because remember the state not giving no awards for common entrance anymore. That Fed Bank. So after looking at the second part of the commercial and analyze what's going on there, and then when I looked at what the bank did with the SCA exams and who they sponsored, then I understand the bank's agenda. Right? I have a supermarket in Bataria where they call it Jumbo Foods. I have an ad on a particular radio station targeting a particular group, because if you hear the conversation they have, they're targeting a particular group of people, which is me and you. But the program that the ad is on is not about me and you. So I'm glad to see somebody picked up what I picked up on this Republic Bank ad. That is a disgrace and demoralizing black women and pointing young, educated black men into a particular direction. Because if you're constantly seeing it every day, that's the choice you're going to make. You understand my logic, sister?
All right. Thank you so much, my brother. That's a black father talking to you. You heard from a black father. Some people not sure. I'm going to play the ad once again, one more time for clarity. You've heard the article. I'm going to do the ad one more time. Give me your thoughts. What's your thoughts on the ad? Do you see this as stereotyping the black woman, disrespectful? How do you view it?
My grandson felt he was a big man before he even reached secondary school, always telling me about new gadgets to make life easy. He would eat up everything I ever cooked for him with these two old hands. And Kern is a good boy. I know. I raised him. Before I had my first heart attack, he was excited to start university. So I felt guilty when he decided to only go part-time. I went and got him a little car so he could get around a little easier. He graduated, recently got married, and he's doing well for himself with all his tech. To be honest, I don't know how I would have managed without him.
Your life is your story. Let's help you write it on your terms. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
What's your thoughts on the ad? Caller, you live?
Yes, I shall. Now, the ad carries two pictures in my view. While one, it may tend to show unity, that the mixture of the race. But two, which is the main one, it is very disrespectful. In my view, very, very disrespectful. That it tells me clearly, my black sister,
cannot be a good mother for a black man. I don't like it.
Thank you so much. Another black father weighing in. There's a continuation to the ad. Check it out if you can. I'm about to play it.
Granny helping me with my first car. My best friend and I planning our first business. The moment we took our vows. The moment we expanded our home. And now we're expanding our family. I know that whatever the future holds, we'll be ready.
Your life is your story. Let's help you write it on your terms.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Caller, you live.
I'm sure black people are now waking up. Yes, that is not a good ad, and they need to pull it. Because really and truly, I've always said that the sisters go through a lot of problems with brothers who not sticking to the marriage, sticking to the family. You can't do that. You cannot do that. The whole story it sounds so fake, right? So my thing is that I'm glad you played the ad, but to me, I'm sure they should pull it because they're degrading our sisters. And it's time. I like how we're standing up to things. Black people are very tolerant people, you know. Tolerant people, you know. But always stop playing our sisters so cool. Thank you well.
Thank you so much. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. You notice it's only men that have called in on this ad situation since we started the conversation. I have not heard a woman give her opinion on this yet. Caller, you live.
Aisha?
Yes, Mano.
Yeah, Gil. That's how it is all the time, most times. They always figure. You see, when they want a party and France and all kind of thing and go and boat red and wine up and things, they want that black woman to go. But when they say they want to go and do something different, somehow or the other, they're looking for the next people. And the next people, they lick them up sadly, you know. Later on in life, let's lick them up sadly, bring the family and the family live together and run out the house, you know. So all the fellas, all have to be careful of what they're doing. When all they're picking up this kind of people and go to live with them. All they be careful. Look for a black woman and come to agreement with them. And that's the action. One love, Aisha.
Thank you, man. Line up waiting on. Caller, you live.
Hi, good evening, Aisha.
Good evening.
Aisha, put up the voice.
Hey, how you doing, Francis Paul?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm waiting on the program here.
Yes.
What is amazing, Aisha, is this is a long-standing, ongoing issue, you know. And the challenge with this, let me pull that aside because I don't want to do signal. The challenge with this is it's so subtle. And it's not just this one. You look at the other ads around Christmas time. And you look at the other ads that they do Christmas time when they're doing they go and shop for the first home. Not just the home. There's an next ad for the one in Grandy where they go and buy the home. And there's a next one when they go on vacation. I was telling somebody, when you look at the text of the children here, they always the lighter shade of gray. It's all over the place. It's all over. This what they're doing here was what they started in America some years ago, and the black Americans kicked against it, and then now you are seeing a difference. Because several years ago, should be told, was mostly black people in commercial, and then when a particular government came into power, they started kicking brass and say they're not seen themselves represented in the ad on the news the news media, and then the ad started changing. And now it's turning to this sort of mix and trying to placate and make everybody feel welcome and make everybody feel that it's one happy rainbow family. But it's subtle in many instances and in many. But it's really nice. It's real. I'm digressing a bit. You would go to the bank with an idea, and the bank would take your idea and tell you, well, we have to get back to you. And in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, you see somebody implementing something, and you say, "But wait now, I had an idea like that. It's your idea." But they wouldn't give it to you; they would give it to their friends who don't look like you. And in many instances, the bank manager sitting opposite you don't look like you. So therefore, you wouldn't see.
Francis Paul, that it's intentional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they should pull the ad.
So it's an ongoing thing that we have to struggle with, and I feel it for the brothers, because you hear in all circles people saying, "Boy, you have to lift your nose." What the hell do they mean by lift your nose? You understand? And I said that stemmed from slavery, you know. This is 400 years, you know. So I'm happy that the conversation has started, but we need to get deeper down. We need to pull the men square, talk with them. We need to talk to our women, talk to our mothers. But it has started. It has started. It's a long conversation, but it has started. So
Thank
we
you
should
so
get
much.
somewhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis Paul. Only men are weighing in on this.
Good afternoon. That opinion is the opinion of a fool being used by false feminism and political activists. That person has no understanding of the black community. The Republic Bank commercial is one of the best commercials I find on television right now, because it shows the love of a grandmother and the love of a grandson towards his grandmother, helping each other survive through crisis and times. This is what it is trying to implement. It goes back to the days when family actually cared about family. That has nothing to do with the crime and criminality that taking place among the African community at this point in time. So I don't know how that opinion writer bring that into this. If there are many single mothers being single without absent fathers, they made the choice to sleep with the man they sleep with who no longer there. They need to ask themselves why the man not there. What did they do for the man not to stay there? We keep blaming absent fathers for women with many children. But when a man goes to lie with a woman, he doesn't know he's going to impregnate her. A woman, on the other hand, who's supposed to know her body, knows when she can and cannot conceive during a certain period of time in the month. And if you get pregnant and you realize your man can't see about it, there are options you could take. So if you choose to carry the child and have it, knowing that the man not going to be there or may not be there, you make a choice. People need to start accepting responsibility for their actions. Your relationship choices you make is your responsibility, good or bad. Again, people foolishly make the same mistakes of the past because they don't learn. Information is there so you could gain knowledge, so you could get wisdom. If you have the information, you don't use it. Or if the information there and you don't look for it, you don't find it, you will remain an illiterate, idiotic imbecile. And that is how many people remain to this day. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, African people continue to remain that way. They continue to mentally enslave themselves and keep the shackles on the mind from now until the end of time, it seems. Take responsibility for yourself and your life.
All right, let's see who's there. You're live.
I am here. So, to the voice note just now. All what you said, some might be some truth. Yes, when I saw the first ad, I commended Granny and commended the ad. But when I looked and I commended with the assumption, depending on how you look at it, at unity, bringing the two races together. But you know, they never show you the wedding, right? They never show you the wedding to see the family at the female side. Right? So let me move on. If a woman chooses to sleep with a man, first thing, abortion is illegal, right? That's another point. And the next message is, the ad also has a subliminal message, brother man. If I am an African man and attain a certain status, and my grandmother make that tremendous sacrifice, I am not to let her down, to look down for something that is less than who I am. Now, yes, most people strive for a certain level of excellence. So you're looking for a woman to stand up by your side. But when I'm looking for a woman to stand up by my side, I didn't choose one of my kind, because there is my kind. And that is the subliminal message that is being sent. That here what's going on. This race seems to be better than yours. All that might be nice. I admire that. I admire how they show the young man grown with only the help of his grandmother. But check the subliminal message behind that. That is the point we're making, sir. Sister, enjoy evening. Be safe on your way home.
I still waiting for a woman to call in and weigh in on this ad. Only men have been talking. Caller, you live?
I can't believe the caller before my body didn't see that subliminal message. Yes, we have issues with brothers and so on and African people dealing with it, because I've always told David Mohammed that they had to come better than that, emancipation support. We talk about an ad with messages. And yes, grandmothers, yes, they do that. But you know what? The end result is not real. It's not real. It's fake. It's subliminal. You guys seen that? Oh, come on, man. Come on. It's subliminal. And I'm glad people are seeing it and saying, hey, they should pull it. You're supposed to see that. You're more intelligent than that. Take care, Wells.
So they would always keep on talking the rest.
Caller, you live?
Hey, Aisha, what's going on? This Big Trini in the house.
Hey, Big Trini, how you doing, love?
Well, I just had to weigh in on this one. I'm good. You know what? I would love to say that this surprised me, but it doesn't. It's no different than what's happening in the U.S. They never show commercials with a black couple. It's always a white dude and a black man. If it's a gay couple, it's always a mixed gay couple. Or they'll show a black guy, white woman, Hispanic woman, every other woman but a black woman. It's very seldom you see a commercial with an actual black couple, much less a full-blown black family with 2 black kids. You know, I think I've seen that only once in a Lexus commercial. Oh, no. It was a Lincoln commercial with the Lincoln Navigator where they had the black girl in the back seat. And the man was driving and he had a black woman next to him in the passenger seat. And that's very rare. I mean, I was very surprised that Lincoln, of all people, actually did that. But in my opinion, who you choose to love is who you choose to love. I mean, I ain't mad at nobody for making their choice. But don't push a narrative. If you're a commercial business, i.e. Republic Bank, don't push a narrative. I mean, if you want to push the narrative of interracial couples, okay, great. But don't make it look like, black men could only go with women outside their race. That's stupid. Because, hey, I choose to marry a black woman. I could have married any woman. And trust me, I had a choice of many. But I chose my black woman because that's a queen. That's who I relate to. That's who I get along with. I mean, a lot of other women, I couldn't talk to them about everything that's going on with me and my race. And I know it sounds kind of radical, but it's just the facts, But that's just my take, Aisha. I mean, like I said, I ain't mad at nobody for making their choice, but at the same time, don't make it a narrative. People love who you want to love.
Thank you.
Aisha,
thank you, Big Trini. Thank you so much. I still waiting for a woman to weigh in on this topic.
Aisha, good day.
Hey, look one.
Aisha, the first time I saw that advertisement, the first words that came out of my mouth was, why an Indian woman? Why not a black woman? They put with this matter. The first thing that came out of me, the first time I saw that advertisement. You understand? I didn't realize other people were thinking the same way. They always does that. There's also another advertisement where with a cricketer in the pavilion where 2 women went to meet him. He was there sitting at a table with the black girl, and there's an Indian one sitting waiting patiently. How that advertisement end up? Huh? He left the black girl sitting by herself and gone to meet the Indian one. Why it was not the other way around? They're always using us for some sort of means to an end.
Me and realize people let's take them advertisement thing so personal. Me and lie boy, all you different, all you analyzing these things that tea.
But Aisha, at the same time, black woman doesn't show black respect. Where Indian go submit yourself and respect she man. Black woman doesn't want to show man that respect. I ain't saying all, but most black women doesn't respect their black man.
Caller, you're live.
Hello, Aisha.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. You know, also another adult that paid attention to a woman in a car, and the car break down, and the man bawling at the woman to come out and push. And she bawling to come out whole week, the car breaking down, and I have no money to pay. A man pull up at the side and give him something to drink, and the woman leave the man to it and go on with the next one. So what that ad saying? They showing you to leave your man and go to another one then. I never ever see it.
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, the car break down and bowling, but she's telling the man, come out and push. But she said, I can't push. She said, go. Where's that little push, girl? Come out and push. You understand?
The line. All right, thank you so much. Wow, all you're not easy. All you're making all them adding them. Caller, you live.
To the gentleman who said that black women don't respect black men, you know why? I was raised in a single home with one lady. I had no man to teach me how to be a man. And because of that, it cost me everything that I have. Because here we're going, yeah, your wife, and I think tracking you. You go and tell a man, yeah, we're going, boy, I think tracking you. Instead of you tell your boy, what you going to be doing this wrong. Think. You know what he's telling you? Go ahead, boy, take that. You understand? We as black men have to teach men, whether you're a father, uncle, stepfather, how to be men so that the woman could respect you. Because if we continue, mommy being mommy, daddy, how the hell I go respect you when I'm raising the child on my own and you now jumping the child at 5 or 10 years and you now jumping still, you functioning like me. I got respect for you. So come like I raising 2 children in the house. And we as black men have to understand the role that our parents, our mother, especially because single fathers are men who was raised by single women, I'm referring to especially. You have to understand that role now, that you are a man and what you didn't get, how you are able to translate that and show to young men not to go down a particular road and do the same thing that your father did to your mother and gone. But we don't encourage that. That is the problem we have in our community. Right? So until we grow up as men, I 60 years. My nation is 60 years. So I now have become matured. So I passing on that trait to the younger ones. That is what we have to do. And we ain't doing that. How should I respect from it? Enjoy your evening, sister.
Yo, man, what's wrong with you people in Trinidad, man? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We all black people. Negro, Indian, we all black people. It's just here, texture is different. We all niggers to the white man. Come on. We done with them kind of stupid thing now, man. They dividing the people, man. Come on.
All are lashing back. They're saying all you're taking too much out of it. Caller, you live.
We're taking just enough. And thank you, Brother Bartaria. Because you know why? Aisha Wells, all other race treated, show them bail and prepare them for marriage and to run a family, except ours. That's why men all 28 and 29 with 2 children already walking down the aisles. You watch all the other races by 21, 22, they're building family. So what are you wanting to say for things? All they're running around like just dip in there and dip in there. And how the thing about child fathers in America is baby daddies. So how you want them to respect us? That's why I told my son early, I said, hey, prepare for it. And run your family early. So you're not 6 children all over the place and manage them in the court. And I talk about the sisters. African women go to red property with African men. I'm an African man. So we're talking about we have to change the ways. So we have to do introspection. But at the same vein, we have to tell people where to get off. Because we a lot of proud African people here doing very well. So let us get the message correct. So the Republican, they need to change that. Thank you, Aisha Wells. And brothers, all your lead. Stop only thinking and 2 children so, think children so. That is our problem. So we instead of shaping communities, I don't know what the hell we shaping. So let me get real. Kind of caveman approach. Take care, Aisha Wells.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The lines are open. You, Troy, you stay on the live and troll me. You, Troy, you stay on the live and troll me and try to find out which part this man is and where the British man and where the American man and where the Chinese man. You sit down there and mark where all my man and them is. You stay right there, don't move.
Good afternoon, Aisha. Being back with the black brother, if you get nice with Indian woman to glorize the nation. If you get them on a black, strong, educated black man, them want gunman in the hole, mama big chain. Them know what that? Being back with the brother, live a good life, yeah, boy.
Oh, God, look. Me and like, oh, it just make me laugh, you know. How the hell you gonna say black women were gunman in the hole? Your head good? So because your mother take a gunman, you feel every black woman were a gunman. Call her your life.
Yes, Aisha. You know, if we look at it the other way around, right? I wonder what would be the response of somebody callers. And let me say we put a Indian, Indo-Trinidadian man with a black woman. What will be the response? The response will be the same thing? Because I tell you, Aisha, this advertisement with the multiracial thing, it is not now emerging yet. It has been going on for many, many years. You understand? It has been going on for many, many years. And that advertisement in particular. Show you another thing there. The boy's parents wasn't around. They show it today, right? How the parents and them could abandon a child and the grandmother take up the mantle and bring up the boy. You understand? So there is something going on for a long time. Thank you very much.
Me and like, all you just kill me on this show, you know. All you just kill me on this show. I can't say that I don't love all you because I really, really do. But all you not easy. I have a different bunch of callers and voice noters here you would find nowhere else in the world. People don't believe that. A kind of bacchanalish type that's afraid to tell you how they feel, including me. I can't do it out all you. Well, you're nice like a pie. I have 2 more minutes to go. Get ready to pull curtains down on today's show. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
I saw a preacher, yes.
Yes, preacher.
I am very bit disappointed with most of your callers today because you know why? We are look at the other different perspective. Be inclusive. So what you're saying to Mr. Andy Brown, what you're saying to Mr. Brian Manning, what you are saying to Mr. Hippolyte, what are you saying to callers? This is not right on the This is very, very racial and disrespectful. It's just an ad. And I see the ad as being inclusive. Come on, man. Very disappointed. Actually, Aisha, very, very, very disappointed. I have a lot of Africans in my family. My sister-in-law married African or vice versa. I mean, oh God, man, it's disgusting, Aisha. Sorry, but it's disgusting. I'm very disappointed.
Thank you so much. Thank you, preacher. All right, so people are lashing back. They're saying some are all you're reading too much into these ads, live and let live, while some of you are saying, hell no, it's disrespectful, get rid of the ad. It just goes to show how people see things from 2 different perspectives. What may mean nothing to you may be absolutely everything to somebody else, and we have to try our very best to respect people's views and opinions. We're going to see things differently. We're all not going to see things the same way. A few years ago, there was a dress causing bacchanal on the internet. Some people were seeing the dress as white, while some were seeing the dress as gold. Believe it or not, people see things from different perspectives. And what makes it good is that we bring all these different perspectives right here on the Street 919 FM from 4 to 7, Monday to Friday. I love you guys. And I'm out of here until tomorrow. As I usually say, TNT, do a good deed today. Until tomorrow, when we come with something else, something new, something hot on the official station that defends the nation, the Street 919 FM. Have a good one.
Safari.